Hello there guys, welcome to the first episode of Upon This Rock, my playthrough series with Peterborough United. You can see here the opening screen here, the club screen. Just to run through, if you don't know much about Peterborough United, I'll just run through a few things. We are in League One. We have fluctuated between kind of the Championship and League One, but we have been a consistent League One team now for the last kind of 3 seasons. We've got a national reputation, finances are secure, all out down to Darren McAntony. London Road, we're looking at around about 14,000 capacity, but the stadium condition is poor. So over the kind of next few years, probably looking to make that a little bit better. The facilities that we've got, as I said, 14,000 seater. We've got good training facilities and adequate youth facilities. Training level, youth levels 3, which is I think it's the lower end. I think 1 is the best. If I am wrong, just pop it in the comment section below if you do know it better than me. Coaching, junior coaching, we've got adequate junior coaching, and we've got a fairly basic youth setup. So that, in a nutshell, is Peterborough United. So the club philosophies, I've done all the usual meetings with the board members and my assistant manager, set all that up. I've not gone any further than that. I've just stopped. I say all the board meetings and stuff, we've all seen those before. I'm not going to bore you with those in that, but I am going to show you the philosophies of the club of Darren McAntony. So the philosophies that he wants me to really kind of put down is play attacking football, which has been synonymous since Darren McAntony took over 10 years ago. Signed players that are from the chairman's nationality. The leagues I've actually got set up on this are both the Irish leagues, so top Irish leagues, Irish Premier League Division, and also the Dansk Bank Premiership in Northern Ireland, but then also the top 2 tiers in Scotland as well, just to keep it homegrown, because generally we sign homegrown players. And then finally, develop players using the club's youth system. We've had a couple of successes over the last couple of years come through from that youth system, and want to keep that going forward, and generally make the youth system, the academy, one of the best around. And that's what I'm going to try and hopefully do going forward. My aims and goals of the series, I want to get Peterborough United as far up the ladder as I possibly can. So whether that be Premier League, Champions League, we'll see where we'll definitely see where it goes. Hopefully it will be Champions League, but again, I'm not going to promise anything. That's my main aim, is just to move them as quickly as we can, or slowly as we can, to the highest level that we possibly can from now until I either get sacked or potentially want to move on to another save for the channel. So let's just go through the team. So this is the squad that we've currently got. As you can see, quite a few blacked out stars on potential, which is fantastic. So we've got a lot of potential in the squad. It is a very, very young squad, as you can see here by the ages. So not many over the age of kind of 27 or 28, a couple there. But other than that, it's a very, very young squad at Peterborough United. So the ability, so the kind of top 4 players that I'm going to kind of really shout out. Chris Forrester is the first one. He's the captain of the club, can play in central midfield, defensive midfield, but he's very, very versatile. So he can play anywhere within the attack, within the midfield area. I'm going to play him alongside Jermaine Anderson in the team, and he's going to play as a central midfielder and defend. As you can see here, it really kind of takes into a lot of his attributes there: decision making, concentration, passing, tackling, teamwork, positioning. So a lot more to come from him. And also he does have that little bit of extra potential ability there as well, so he can grow. I personally think this is one of the players in the squad currently that, when and if we do move up to higher divisions, he will definitely be one of them that we keep with us going forward. The next player I want to talk about is Paul Taylor. He was with the club previously a few years back, here and here, as you can see there. We sold him on to Ipswich for £1.5 million, and then he kind of fell on bad times, where he actually didn't have a club last year at all. And it was only because when Grant McCann took over that he came back to the club, because Grant knew that he could do a job. When he was with us previously, he had 44 appearances in one of the seasons and scored 12 goals. So a very, 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 very good striker. I see him as a number 10. Definitely see him as a number 10. As you can see here, can play behind that front striker. And you can see here, I'm going to play him as an attacking midfielder, and actually sit really well with that role. So you're looking 15 first touch, 10 passing, vision and teamwork, positioning and off the ball, all really, really strong features of his game. Not much, none if any growth there really, but for a League One side and then potentially going forward into a Championship team, very, very good player. Again, another one that we'll keep. Jermaine Anderson, so the youth team, as I said, the youth set up in Peterborough United, they really want to bring more people, more players through on that, and Jermaine Anderson is definitely one of those. Had a few tricky years, last couple of years with injuries in real life, but potentially, as you can see here, a fantastic player. Really, really good player for a 20-year-old. He's a good young player. If you're thinking of possibly playing a championship side, so a Derby, Brighton, anyone like that, he would be a great pickup. Really, really good pickup. I think you can get him around about kind of £3.5–4 million. But as a 20-year-old, really good player. We're going to be looking at playing him as a box-to-box midfielder because he's got a fantastic engine. His physicals are brilliant, and they're only going to get better when as he gets older. So his physicals, other than jumping reach, there's nothing below a 12 there. And then you've also got stuff like finishing, composure, concentration, decision making, determination. Again, nothing below a 10. So all in all, a fantastic player for League One, and again, one of those players that we're really going to look forward to taking forward with us into the top divisions. And then finally, one that we're also going to use is Marcus Madsen. In real life, he's very Marmite for Peterborough United supporters. Some people absolutely love him, and some people don't like him at all. I am falling on the I love him side. He brings entertainment, quality, and a little bit of flair to a team when can make something out of nothing, especially in lower leagues. That's what you need. You need someone score 20 goals, and then someone to make something out of nothing when the players feeling a little bit low. Nothing's really going their way. Someone like Marcus Madsen can really, really deliver something absolutely special, whether it's a free kick, a little bit of individual brilliance with his dribbling, but he will be a star player. If we can keep him fit for the majority of the season, we'll be going places, definitely. I'm going to be playing him on the left-hand side as a winger, and again, as you can see there on the attributes, fits it down to an absolute T. We'll get the ball to him as quickly as we can and try and make him do something for us. Take the game by the scruff of the neck. And as regards to the potential, so as you can see here, quite a bit of potential here. So an extra little bit of growth that we can really get out of our side. One of the main players that we want to talk to you about is Leonardo da Silva Lopez. Now in real life he's been scouted by Premier League teams. So I think Tottenham was one because they've had fantastic success with someone like Dele Alli and Eric Dyer. And he can play anywhere on the kind of right hand side and in central. I'm going to try and keep him central because I feel the creativity, the flair, decision making, composure, as you can see here, those big attributes. Again, 17. Try not to overplay him because that can be detrimental to young players. But as you can see here, his potential ability, it's skyrocketed. Again, this is only for League One teams, but again, for longevity for the team and for the series, obviously, I'm going to try and keep all of these young players together to really kind of drive the team forward and drive the team up the leagues. And then another one I really want to talk about is Lee Angol. He's injured on the game, currently only just come back from injury in real life. Again, 21-year-old, really good potential. He's 3.5 star current ability, but again, potential of 5-star ability. For a advanced forward, which is what I play as a striker, 11 finishing, 11 composure, great first touch, great passing, great work rate, great off the ball as well, which is what you need. And again, someone when they come back into the fold, we're looking like it could be an absolute star for us in League One. As regards to the under-23s and the under-18s, again, quite a bit of potential. Harry Anderson's probably the main one there. He's on loan at the minute at Lincoln, who just knocked Ipswich out of the FA Cup as I record this. He's there for the season. A winger. I'm going to have to try and change his position to an attacking midfielder right, because that's what I play. I play a 4-2-3-1. That's my preferred system. Good pace, good acceleration, good crossing, good dribbling. I think he'd be able to mould there once he's back from loan, because he's only 19 years old. He can learn a new position really, really quickly. Callum Chettle, he's going to be on loan, so he will be going out on loan this season. But again, he's 2-star current, but actually 4.5 stars potential. Again, as long as he gets the game time. Another central midfielder. Again, box to box probably is what he's going to be utilised as. Great physicals, or good physicals, especially for a League One player. Pace, stamina, natural fitness, acceleration. Good first touch, great passing. Again, I think if he gets game time, he will definitely develop into a quality player that we can again take forward and really utilise. And then the final one is actually Dion Curtis-Henry, which is a young goalkeeper that we've had on our books for a good few seasons now. Again, another academy player that's come through the ranks. Again, on loan. He's on loan at Boston United, which is just down the road from Peterborough. And again, with game time, he would definitely be one for the future. So if you just started a save on Football Manager and you've not seen this team report page, go and have a look, because I think it's brilliant when you first start a save on Football Manager, because it gives you the strengths, gives you the weaknesses of the team overall. On this side here, it also gives you a lowdown of what your squad depth looking like as well. So as you can see here, just on the outside, the wingers centrally, we're looking absolutely fantastic. So we've got eight good players for striker, 9 for wingers, 10 for good centralised players. So that's midfield, central, and also attacking midfield. But if you look at the left back, the right back, the goalkeeper, those are 3 really big areas that we're going to have to look at. And if you click on the squad depth button there at the top, it flicks over to the formation you're going to be using, and it also tells you how many good players you've got, how many bad players you've got, and actually where you're really struggling for quality in your squad. So if you're kind of wondering what players you need to go out and buy, what positions you need to go out and buy, this is the page to really have a look at exactly what you need. So as you can see here, left back is definitely an urgent one. We've only got 2.5-star left backs, but I know Bynum Williams does have some growth, so potentially use Bynum Williams a little bit more to try and see if we can get that extra growth out of him, but then possibly either loan a left back in and see where we can go from there. And also goalkeeper. So Mark Tyler, he's 39 now. He's a club legend, club icon at Peterborough United. I remember him playing in his pomp when I first went to see the Posh play down at London Road. But as you can see here, he's flagging with regards to his goalkeeping stats. And I think I need to get a better backup to Luke McGee. So Luke McGee, again, he's on loan from Tottenham. Again, really good potential ability. Again, another young player. So we've got a very young squad here at Peter, and I think if we can keep them all together, make us go through the league very quickly, and potentially get to the highest level we can with a little bit of investment in the right areas. Right back, I'm not too fussed about. I'm not too worried about right back, purely because we've got Hayden White and Michael Smith. Michael Smith is a Northern Ireland international, which is great to have as part of your squad. And then also Hayden Smith, who seems to have been around for quite some time, but he's only 21 years old, which is remarkable. I remember him back at Bolton, playing for Bolton, and at one point he was a bit of a wonder kid on Football Manager, and I remember trying to sign him a couple of times in previous incarnations of the game, but I never managed to get him, purely because he always went to a top league, top side in the Premier League, or a top side somewhere else, and I never really get hold of him. But actually now he's part of the Peterborough United setup, and as you can see here again, masses of potential. Again, only 21. So right back I'm not really worried about, because we do have a lot of quality there. Left back and goalkeeper are an absolute must to try and get some players in to strengthen that squad and strengthen those backup positions. So the transfer budget. So I do have a little caveat to the save. My caveat to the save is that I will not go out and physically buy anybody myself. I will utilise my scouting network and my scouting team to bring me players that I feel that potentially could help and could make our team a hell of a lot better. So kind of trying to make it a little bit more real, because a manager wouldn't physically go out and buy a player without a scouting team doing all the work for them. So I will be using my scouting team more rather than kind of just going out and physically buying any and all players for my team. As you can see here, we've got a £400,000 transfer budget, and we've got around about £4,500 per week wage budget available. But again, as you know, you can make that change with the little slider here. I won't leave that as it is, because I'm going to try and get my scouting system set up, scouting network set up, because you can see I've got no scouts at the minute, not even a chief scout. So again, off record, I'm going to be able to go off and do all that, and kind of not bore you with all that today. So this is how we're looking with the fixtures, and this is how it's going to be running down. So we've got Rochdale, first game of the season, away from home. We've got a couple of friendlies there, but I do have my assistant manager set to arrange friendlies, so there will be more coming. So the main fixtures for any kind of posh fan going into a league season are local derbies. First of all, we've got the MK Dons early on, really, in August, away at the Stadium MK in August. So pretty early one for us. And then the next one, you're looking at Northampton at home, so back at London Road, which is a fairly big one. And then we've pretty much quickly got them straight away after that in November at Sixfields. The Turntide Dons It's on the 28th of January, back at London Road. So they're the ones that I generally look out for, especially in a league season that has Northampton in the league and also MK Dons. We finished the season at Bolton, away from home, at I was going to call it the Reebok, but it's called the Macron now. So that's where we finished the season. Competition wise, so the expectations of the board, they're expecting us to hit a top half finish in League One, which I think is absolutely doable. If we keep everybody fit, I think we've got the potential to definitely hit top half. If not, then reach playoffs. If we have an amazing season, look at the top 2 automatic promotions. FA Cup, they're looking for us to hit the 3rd round, and we enter it in November time. So again, another fixture that needs to be added on. And then the first round of the EFL Cup's already been drawn, and we've got Leyton Orient in the first round at home. And then they're expecting us to reach the 2nd round, which again, it's not a big thing for me. The EFL Cup, I'm going to be looking at FA Cup purely. I'm looking at FA Cup purely because that's a little bit more of a money spinner, and then definitely the league. Try and get up as many rungs of the ladder as we physically can, get to the Championship, and then try and get to the Premier League. So that's it. That is Peterborough United upon this rock. That's the first episode. Remember, please do give the video a like. Also subscribe to the channel. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. And until then, we'll see you soon.